If you are new and have not participated in 90-60-30, 90-60-30 stands for 90 seconds of strength, 60 seconds of cardio, and 30 seconds of core. The strength and cardio are split into two halves, so two different exercises, 45 seconds each for strength and 30 seconds each for cardio, and then just one core exercise for 30 seconds. There's not a lot of structured rest in that round between those exercises. If you ever need more rest, take more rest, but you will get that structured about a minute long rest in between rounds. And then we will get started with a warm up and always end with a cool down as well. You can always extend your warm up and cool down because I'll spend a couple seconds explaining what our first round looks like. So always go off of what your body's feeling today. Everybody's probably feeling a little different, had a different week. So get that music going at home and we will. Oh, I guess didn't go over equipment today. I have my lighter and heavier dumbbells. I know we might have different stuff at home. A mat's always helpful. And then I've got my step at home. Hopefully we've got a chair or a bench or something you are comfortable stepping on. Hopefully it's not too high. Maybe a step stool that is can hold your weight and won't move around when you step and or jump on it. But that is all you'll need for today. And we will get started with our warm up. Okay, so let's start first with our windmills. So spread those feet out. Let's work on that hip hinge here, reaching for that opposite toe, stretching through the hamstrings, twisting through that spine, opening up that chest to each side of the room, firing those glutes during that hip hinge to get back up upright. Good. Similar motion, but we'll kick it up. Frankenstein, I call him. A little bit of a twist at the top here as well. Feel that stretch in the hamstrings. Little core engagement as well. Hip flexors warming up here. Go ahead into our boxer feet here, just on the balls of our feet, bouncing a little bit. Let those arms shake. Let the knees and ankles be nice and loose. Good. Then go ahead. Give me a few body weight squats here. Don't worry about how low you're getting. Just go to what's feeling natural for you with that range of motion right now. And get some mobility through those hips. Start to feel some warmth in the glutes, quads, hamstrings, calves, ankles, feet. Core is always engaged. Getting our breathing practicing in now. Inhaling during lowering and relaxation phases, exhaling during the work. Good. Shake it out a bit. Go ahead and choose your hip flexor opening for today. Again, we have a half kneel position. We can do a runner's lunge position, or maybe you just want to do a standing quad stretch, making sure those hips stay pressing forward. Whatever you get the most out of. Hold that as long as you feel you need to get some tension out of those hips. Just make sure you do end up getting both sides. And let's go into our tabletop position, right into our bird dogs here. 8 on one side. I like to do just 8 in a row on this side, and then 8 in a row on the other. Full body activation here. Everything's working to keep you stable. Crunch in, fully extend, Again, making sure you're in both sides. Then once you've done 8 on each side, if you're not there yet, that's okay. We're going to flip over and do some glute bridges, again at our own pace. Drive those heels into the mat, squeeze those glutes. Hold at the top and back down to the mat. 12 reps at your own pace. Once you've done 12, go ahead and make your way back up to your feet. Shake it out a little bit back to those boxer feet. Let the arms shake out, knees and ankles nice and loose. All right, and then one more total body here. We're going to do some inchworms, okay? So just come down, walk the hands out, walk it back. Get maybe 6 to 8 reps of these in here. Good. All right, go ahead and loosen anything up that you're still feeling some tension in, still feeling a little tight. And we'll go over our first round, okay? So we are going to start for our first 2 strength exercises. We have shoulder press, and then we are going to have our a squat, but a pulse squat variation. So what that's going to look like is we're going to count our pulses in between at the bottom of our squat. So we're going to, again, adding weight if you want. 1, 2, 3, up. Okay, do that on repeat. So shoulder press, pulse squats, 45 apiece. Then we got mountain climbers and skaters for our cardio, 30 seconds apiece. And then we have jackknives on our mat for core. All right. Again, there's not going to be a lot of rest in between these, just enough time to stand up, lay down, switch equipment, whatever we got to do, and I'll count you in and out. Again, my counts are just guided recommendations to keep class moving, keep us on generally the same page. If you ever need more rest, you take more rest. All right. So let's start with that shoulder press. Your shoulders are going to be tired by the end of 45 seconds, so take your time. Make sure you're practicing good form. If you ever need to drop those arms, shake them out. Try to get a few more reps in after you're feeling all right. Here we go. Shoulder press to start. 3, 2, 1, begin. Stand up nice and tall. Make sure we aren't arching that back. Nice tight core. If you have a little tighter shoulders, you can keep those palms facing your ears, okay? And elbows in a little bit and just go straight up versus doing this outside in motion. Make sure you're breathing with every rep here. Take your time. Don't rush through it. If you feel yourself starting to lean back or you feel yourself shrugging those shoulders, take a second, shake those arms out, and get back into a few more reps. You got about 10 seconds to go here. 3, 2, 1. Good. Take a few seconds. Switch weights if you want or drop the weights. Again, we're doing those 3 pulse squats and just finishing the squat. So it ends up being full range, but 3 pulses at the bottom and just do as many as you can. 3, 2, 1. Begin. Down. 1, 2, 3, and up. That bottom of that squat should be as deep as you're comfortable. And then just an inch or 2 little movements at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, up. Again, you don't need weights here. You can do body weight. Drive those heels into the ground on the way up. Fire those glutes. Core is engaged. You got about 10 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's get ready for our cardio here. Mountain climbers to start for 30 seconds. Driving those knees as fast as you can at a nice steady pace, no slowing down. 3, 2, 1, begin. Drive them. Make sure those shoulders are right over your wrists here. Straight line from head to hips, not letting the hips sink back and up. Find your pace here. Just no slowing down. Maintain that pace. Keep those knees driving. You got about 10 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Good. Take a few seconds, make your way to standing. We got skaters next. So reminder, skaters, we are pushing that outside leg, driving that inside knee. Okay. Low impact. Just turn it into a nice little curtsy lunge with some arm swing. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Begin and push, 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 push that outside foot. Drive that inside knee. Keep up the pace. No slowing down. It's only the first round. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Good. Get down to your mat, to your floor here. So for our jackknives, everything starts down. Opposite arm and leg come up, little twist and reach. Maybe you're just right here with a crunch. Maybe you're going full sit up, whatever you're comfortable with. 3, 2, 1, begin. 30 seconds. If you really want to, and you want to wait, you can grab that weight, and then you got both arms coming up. Still alternating legs. 10. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice job. 1 round in the books. Get a breather, grab some water. Easy peasy. 1 round down. All right. You guys keep resting at home. I will give you our next set of exercises. All right. So first 2 strength exercises, we are going to start with renegade rows. So reminder, refresher, renegade rows, we're in that high plank position. Okay. Up to you. Maybe you want to alternate. Maybe you just want to do a few on one side and then switch. If you ever need to drop to those knees, that is fine as well. Maybe you're feeling really into it today and you want to add a push-up in between your reps. That is always an option. Second exercise, we're going to stay in a tabletop position here, okay? And we're going to do alternating flies instead of rows. So really work on keeping that body square to the ground. I'll go this way so you can see better. Okay, single arm fly. This is really going to prevent you from getting any swing from that core, from those hips. Okay, control that weight out and down. Notice how my whole body isn't rotating out. Okay, really focusing on packing those scaps, squeezing those scaps. Shoulders, packing the scap as we call it. Cardio. We got squat jacks and high knees. And then for core, we got a plank variation, which I'll show you when we get to it. All right, so down to your mat the whole time here. Grab some dumbbells, whatever you're using for weights. If you're doing renegade rows, maybe this is hard on your wrists here. Maybe you just want to do one side at a time so the other can be flat. All right, here we go. 45 seconds worth. 3, 2, 1, begin. Again, maybe you just want to stay on one side here for a while, or maybe you want to alternate. Maybe you're even adding a push-up. Maybe you're even doing a push-up from the knees. Maybe you're doing the whole thing from your knees. Modify as you need to. Your goal for these renegade rows is to not do what I just did to look at you guys, not to open up like this. A little wider base in your plank will help here. Okay, again, if this is hard on your wrist, which 45 seconds it probably is, drop one dumbbell, get a couple going on one side, then maybe go to the other. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right. We're staying in that tabletop position here. So it shouldn't be as hard on our wrists this time. So if you have 2 dumbbells, I'd recommend keeping them both in play here. And you're just going to alternate flies. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Begin. Squeeze that shoulder blade. Control down. So get a little bit of backwards motion here, not just straight out to the side. I want a little bit of backwards motion, not a crazy amount, but just enough to get a little bit of that back involved. Really focusing on squeezing those shoulder blades at the top here. Make sure that core is still engaged. Shouldn't feel a crazy arc in that low back. Squeeze. Couple more reps here. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, stand it up. We're starting with squat jacks. So remember what these can look like. We'll start straight up and down, feet together, bounce out, back up, touch them in. Okay, little harder option here. Touch the floor in between. Okay, and then we got high knees second. All right, 30 seconds apiece. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, begin. Just go nice and light, maybe if you're worried about those knees, or maybe you want to just do some squat step outs here. If you're getting nice and low, knees are feeling all right, maybe you're even adding that reach down in between. A few more here. 3, 2, 1. Good. High knees next. Get those knees nice and high for these. Maybe you just need to turn it into marches here for low impact. Maybe you're only here, but I want you to really try to get them high. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Get those arms matching the opposite leg. Tight core. Pull that neck up through the ceiling. Again, maybe you're marching. March with some pace and power. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. Our plank variation. We are going to be high plank. Okay. And we're going to reach back for those ankles. So one arm at a time, butt up in the air, reach back, reach. Okay, make sure when we come back, we aren't letting the hips come down here. Right back to a strong plank. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, begin. 30 seconds. Let the hips and butt get nice and high, but don't lose that core. Core is always engaged. And again, make sure we're coming back to here, not down here. Breathe. 3, couple more, 2, 1. Nice job. And rest. Grab some water if you need it. Fill those lungs up. With some deep breaths. And we're already on to our third round here. As you rest, I will go over our next round. So we're going to crush the arms with this one. Opposite muscles though. So we're not going to double work them, but we're going to start with tricep kickbacks. So that is where we find that hip hinge position and we are kicking the weights back. Notice how my upper arm is parallel to the floor, okay? My arm isn't down here. I'm not getting any work here because I'm not going against gravity at all. You got to get that up. Okay, if that position's hard for you to find, start with a lighter weight. If it's just not working for you, you can lay down and maybe do skull crushers, or maybe you want to do standing tricep extensions. Okay, and then we just got good old-fashioned bicep curls to pair that with. Okay, For cardio, we have jumping jacks, and then we have box jumps as always. Step ups for those of us that don't feel comfortable jumping or don't have the proper equipment at home. Okay. And then lastly, we got an in and out crunch, which I'll demo once we get to it. Okay. So starting with our strength, let's try those kickbacks again. If your form doesn't look too much like mine, we might have to switch to either a lighter weight or a different tricep form here. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, begin. So kick those elbows up, back. Your arms should be straight to the ground. And notice how I'm not swinging, right? The only movement here is out of my elbows. Okay, if this is uncomfortable for you, you can switch to overhead or maybe laying down for some skull crushers. Triceps are going to be burning after this, so find a comfortable position and take your time here. If you're doing overhead, make sure those elbows aren't way out here. They're nice and tucked in. Couple more. Fight through that burn. 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake them out. You got bicep curls next. Same thing, nice and controlled. Elbows tucked in. Not swinging the weight with our hips. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow down. Don't rush it down. We're getting work in both directions here. We want that elbow right under our shoulder. Notice how my elbow doesn't come out in front at all, and my hips don't help me push the weight. Control down. Really connect your mind with that bicep here. Feel that squeeze throughout the range of motion. And at the top, lower control down. Make sure you got nice strong wrists here. 10 seconds. Wrap it out. Keep it going. As many as you can. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Nice and easy jumping jacks to start. Again, our low impact option is just a step out and a reach of some variation. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Begin. Jumping jacks as fast as you can. Remember our low impact, step out and maybe reach, or maybe you're just doing normal jumping jack arms. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Make your way to your chair, box, whatever you're using today. Again, if you feel comfortable jumping and you know your object is sturdy enough, you can full jump. Otherwise, you're just trying to get some step ups going as quick as you can. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Begin. Okay. If we're jumping, make sure we're landing, absorbing that shock with those knees, not landing stiff leg. Okay. If we're stepping up, we're getting those arms swinging, getting going as fast as we can. Couple more reps here. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1. Good. Make your way down to the floor. In and out crunch next. So arms in that kind of natural, normal sit-up position, but you make sure you are not pulling on your head or neck here. Everything straight, in and out, in, out, in, out. Again, you're not pulling that neck or head here. It's just there for guidance with those hands. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Crunch it in, nice and slow out. Try to keep that head up, that neck up the whole time, but with a nice straight spine, okay? And that's going to keep you from not pulling on that neck as much to get it up. Keep it going. You got about 10 seconds here. Make sure you're breathing. Just because our core is engaged doesn't mean we can't breathe. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good work. I think we got one more round in us, so get your water. Fill up those lungs with air. We got one more round to go. All right, as you guys rest, we'll go over our final round. We are going to start with chest fly, okay, laying down. And then we are going to stand back up and we are going to do a combo. So we're going to do deadlift with row. So what that's going to look like, dumbbell in each hand. Deadlift, one full range of motion. And then on our second deadlift, we're going to pause and then we're going to row and then we're going to finish our deadlift. Okay, and you're going to keep that pattern. One deadlift and then a half deadlift, roll at the bottom, finish the deadlift. Okay. Cardio, we have floor touches. I'll explain those when we get there. And then we'll have the side to side up and over on our box. And then we have plank up. So down, down, up, up in that plank position. All right. So start laying down. Grab your weights for chest fly. 45 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Begin. Inhale down. Squeeze that chest up. Make sure we aren't getting a super huge elbow bend here. And then we're just turning it into a press. We're trying to take our triceps out of it here. Slight bend in those elbows. Shoulder blades dig into that mat. Squeezing that chest as we exhale up. As many reps as you can get here, maintaining good form. We got about 15 seconds to go. Three, 2, 1. Good. Stand it up. So reminder, we're going Romanian deadlift, one full rep. Okay, next one, pause at the bottom, maintaining the flat back and shoulders, row, finish deadlift. 3, 2, 1, begin. One full deadlift, half deadlift, row, finish the deadlift. One full deadlift, half row, finish. Keep that pattern going. Make sure we're maintaining that deadlift form at the bottom when we do that row. Don't lose that back. Don't lose that core. Give me 10 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, floor touches. They're kind of the reverse of skaters. So what I want you to do is think about we're doing those squat step-ups that I gave as an alternative, but you're going to take the bent knee side and you're going to reach for the floor, come up, back to center. Same thing on the other side. So straight leg, bent knee, the arm of the straight leg, we're reaching for the floor, come up, boom, boom, and you'll get going nice and quick. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, begin. So start slow, and then eventually you pick it up. Keep up the pace, halfway. Three, 2, 1. Good. Now it's going to be a similar motion on our box here. Okay, so we're sideways here, 1 foot on, 1 foot off. Same thing on your chair at home. Okay, 1 foot on, up, and over. Okay, what we want to focus on is that top leg getting us back. We're just tapping that outside foot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Maybe you need to start slow again, or maybe this is just the pace you want to be at. Halfway. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Good. Find your floor here. Plank up. So easiest version on our knees. Down, down, up, up. And then we can try full plank. Make sure you are alternating which arm pushes yourself back up here. You don't want to find yourself doing the same thing over and over. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Begin. Last 30 seconds. Down, down, up, up. Those hips are going to want to swing on you. That's what we're trying to avoid the best we can. Okay? Keep that core nice and tight. Try to keep those hips still. Remember, get in a rhythm to make sure you're alternating which arm pushes you up. I like to tap the arm I just finished with and get going back the other way. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. That is it. Grab some water and we'll get into a cool down here. Slow that breathing down. It is 1 after, so we'll go expedited here, but you can always cool down more on your own when I shut the stream down. All right, once you're ready, you can join me in our starting position. Feet spread out, letting that upper body hang. Feel that stretch through the hamstrings and the low back. When you're ready, slowly roll it up 1 vertebra at a time. Deep inhale and reach towards the sky. Exhale, fall off to one side. And back to center, roll it up. And reach. Exhale off to one side. The other side this time. From here, we'll roll right down into our hip flexor stretch. Again, options to half kneel. This time for a little deeper, we can raise that opposite arm and lean into that front leg. Okay. Or again, maybe you want that runner's lunge. Maybe this time we're adding a little upper body torso twist into that front knee. Whatever's comfortable for you. Deep inhales here, followed by deep exhale, maybe sink a little further into the stretch. When you are ready, you can switch. Hold that as long as you need to. And then come up to standing. We'll get into some upper body again. A little expedited here, so I don't keep you too long. Cross body, stretch, hug that arm, roll out that wrist. We had quite a few plank position things today. And switch when you're ready. Then go ahead, bring it up and over. Reach for those shoulder blades. Grab a little help from the other hand. Feel that tricep and lat stretch out here. Go ahead and switch when you're ready. Good, shake it out. We'll go to standing quad stretch next. Okay, grab a spot on the wall if you need to. Continue to press those hips forward here. Shake it out and switch when you're ready. Good, and then last one, pick your chest opener. Either interlock those hands and press that chest through, or for a little deeper option, find a spot on your wall, one arm at a time, lean in forward and into that wall. hold this one as long as you need to really ease some tension in that chest. Just make sure you get both sides. Once you've done that chest opener, feel free to hang around off stream and stretch on your own. Well, other than that, we are done for the day. And that'll do it. We're all headed to the weekend now.